Okay, so here's a quick video for Zenon. This is going to be kind of a how-to on your new your new to you Rockola 443, cute little jukebox that it is. Yeah, so let me just kind of give you a play-by-play, you know, when you get this thing, how everything works and what you kind of need to do, and yeah, so let's start with your keys. When you get this thing, that key there, I will probably tape it to the front here. That's usually what I do, unless I decide to do something else with it, but that's probably where it'll be. It'll just be the key. That keychain is, well, no, I think I'll probably keep, well, should I keep that? I might even give you the keychain. So, down here, this is obviously Cashbox. There is no more lock cylinder for the Cashbox, but I mean, you could get one. It's just a standard thing. It goes in here. Money goes in there. It's a little bag, and they're actually, I've been using this thing quite a bit, so there's money in there. That probably won't be there when you get it, but you never know. There we go. Kind of a trick doing all this with one hand. Let's see, I don't know if I did back here, on and off switch, that's around this side, and volume knob over here on this side. It's just a little nub there, you just kind of reach in and grab it. I guess it was, well, they're all kind of like that on jukeboxes. Some of them actually have little weird keys that you need. I'm gonna just put the phone down while I open the lid on this. Big, heavy, huge lid. So it's a lot like lifting the hood on a car. It's super heavy. It's totally unassisted, and once you get it up, there's like a latch thing that clicks there, so you don't crush yourself. So to open the lid, you turn the key, and you'll feel it pop open, and then you can just lift it up. It's like lifting the hood on a car. Pretty straightforward. Now back here. This is the stereo system, so all this stuff up here, you've got, I'd say don't really mess with any of this, but bass and treble, you'd probably just leave them cranked. I mean, I would, I don't know why you wouldn't. AVC, that's automatic volume control, it's best to leave it off. It'll sort of reduce your sound output, I found on this. Obviously stereo, mono, leave it in stereo. Scratch filter, leave it off. Scratch filter, just, it would be if you had like a really wrecked record and you didn't want it to crackle. You could turn that on, but it's like a filter, so it removes other sound. So, and this thing has a ceramic cartridge, so it needs all the help on the top end it can get, so just leave that. Don't really mess with any of this. It's probably as good as it's gonna get. There is a little secret button under here. It's like a little switch. I don't know if I can... There you go. Yeah, it's like just a little switch. And when you flip that with your finger, that will give you credits. So you don't always have to be putting money in this thing. Like, I've left it running off of coins just because like it was so cool that it all worked, and it worked so well. Yeah, if you have like people over and you know, you don't want to have to keep like putting quarters in this thing, you can flip that switch a whole bunch of times, and when you do that, it'll register credits, and you can go until they run out, and if you run out, just add some more credits. Simple as that. Oh yeah, when you're loading this thing, so you would take, let's say you got a record, you know, this is where the basket would sit when it's at rest. It's at A1, so it should always be there at rest. Down here there's a switch. If you're gonna load it, you flip it to off, and then you grab a record. And by the way, you've got a whole lovely box of them here, which I picked all out for you. And these are your title cards. Turned out super cool. They're awesome. So, and I threw in a bunch of extras just because, I mean, I went through all these, and some of them were, I'll be honest, they were like really dirty, and I was like, I just don't have time to clean these. So I gave you a bunch of extras in case some of them are, you know, skip or, you know, sound like crap, because that could happen. But yeah, here, this one I did test, Tarzan Boy by Baltimore, and I'll show you how to load this. What you'll want to do, I mean, you can start, I showed you how to switch it into off, so it's in off mode. So you would plop your record in. You want the A side, or the side with the hit, is the side that faces. So, I mean, this record calls it side 1 and side 2. I mean, sometimes it's hard to tell, but 1 or A faces you all the time, and you can tell because each little thing has an arrow pointing to where, you know, you want the hit side to be. So there's that, and you would, you know, fill this up, and as you fill it, you will eventually not be able to fill it anymore, so then you have to push this little thing, and just, you know, you rotate it as you go. You keep filling them up and move it some more, move it some more, move it some more, and then when you're done, no matter where you're at when you're done, if you switch it back to operate, which I just did, it will park, and it'll park at A1. So when it's at A1, everything is good. Now, if you load this and you close the lid and you forget to switch this back to operate, it won't work. So that's just a thing that happens. I've done it myself. You know, I've loaded one of these and then panicked because nothing works, and then I go, oh, you bonehead, check the switch. Sure enough, I've left it in the off position. So yeah, happens to the best of us. Just something to check. Oh yeah, and I guess this part's important too. You got to know how to put your title cards in. So these little things here are where the title cards go. They're kind of these delicate little, well, they're plastic sort of trays that slide out. Pretty straightforward. So what you do, I just realized my fingernails are terrible looking. Yeah, so what you do, yeah, what you do is, well, as you're loading, you would take your title cards out. I won't actually take them out because, well, we'll just use one of these as an example. So yeah, you have your matching record and your matching title strip, and the first title strip should, where is it? There we go. Should be A1, and the flip side is B1. So you would take your record and your little title card and you just slide her in like that. Pretty straightforward. Be careful with these. The plastic is super old and brittle. And when you're done filling it, you just pop it up. Same thing. They're all pretty much, well, they all work exactly the same. So yeah, and once you've gone through, that's it. You button her back up and make sure everything's in the run position, and you are good to go.